In the early 20th century, a star was born into the world of physics. His name was J. Robert Oppenheimer. Born in 1904 to a wealthy New York family, Oppenheimer's intellectual prowess was evident from a young age. His insatiable curiosity and sharp mind led him to the hallowed halls of Harvard, and later to the University of Cambridge and the University of Göttingen. It was here that his fascination with theoretical physics truly took flight. The young Oppenheimer immersed himself in the study of quantum mechanics, a field that was still in its infancy. His groundbreaking research and innovative ideas soon catapulted him to prominence within the scientific community. He was a man on the rise, his star burning increasingly bright in the academic firmament. By the 1930s, Oppenheimer had carved out a reputation as a leading mind in his field. As the world teetered on the brink of war, Oppenheimer's brilliance did not go unnoticed. His groundbreaking work in theoretical physics had drawn the attention of the United States government. It was 1942, a time of global unrest, and Oppenheimer was about to step into a role that would change the course of history. He was appointed as the scientific director of a top-secret endeavor known as the Manhattan Project. This covert operation, cloaked in almost impenetrable secrecy, aimed to develop the world's first atomic bomb. The stakes were high, the timeline was tight, and the burden of responsibility was immense. Oppenheimer found himself leading a team of the nation's brightest minds, all working towards a common yet controversial goal. Together, they embarked on a journey of scientific discovery that was as exhilarating as it was daunting. Under Oppenheimer's stewardship, the team made significant strides. Their tireless work culminated in the successful test of the first atomic bomb in 1945. The test, codenamed Trinity, was a testament to human ingenuity and the power of science. But it was also a stark reminder of the destructive potential that lay within the confines of an atomic nucleus. With the detonation of the Trinity bomb, the world was thrust into the atomic age. It was a turning point not just for Oppenheimer, but for all of humanity. The atomic bomb was a demonstration of science's immense power, but it also raised profound ethical questions. For Oppenheimer, the success of the Manhattan Project was bittersweet. He was acutely aware of the ethical dilemma that the atomic bomb represented. His famous quote from the Bhagavad Gita, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," echoed his inner turmoil. The successful test of the first atomic bomb marked a turning point in Oppenheimer's life and history itself. It was a moment of triumph tinged with apprehension. It was a moment that defined Oppenheimer's legacy and changed the world forever. Post-war era was a time of suspicion and scrutiny, and Oppenheimer was not immune. As the world split into two opposing blocs, the United States and the Soviet Union, a wave of anti-communist sentiment swept across America. The Cold War was not merely a geopolitical struggle, but a war of ideologies and suspicions. The fears of communist infiltration were rampant, and anyone with even the slightest association with leftist groups was viewed with suspicion. J. Robert Oppenheimer, with his past affiliations with such groups, found himself in the eye of this storm. During the 1930s, Oppenheimer had been involved with several leftist organizations, a fact that didn't go unnoticed. As the Red Scare intensified, these connections from his past came back to haunt him. The situation escalated in 1953, when Oppenheimer was accused of having communist sympathies. A series of hearings were held by the Atomic Energy Commission, where Oppenheimer's loyalty to the United States was questioned. Despite numerous testimonies in his favor, Oppenheimer was found guilty of associating with communists, and his security clearance was summarily revoked. This marked a dramatic and tragic decline in Oppenheimer's career. From being the father of the atomic bomb to being ostracized by his own country, his fall was as dramatic as his rise. In 1954, Oppenheimer's illustrious career took a dramatic turn as his security clearance was revoked. Oppenheimer's relationship with communism was as complex as the man himself. A brilliant physicist, he was not immune to the political struggles of his era. In his youth, Oppenheimer moved in leftist circles, aligning with the progressive ideals of the time. However, as the Cold War dawned, his views began to shift. He became increasingly concerned about the influence of the Soviet Union, expressing these fears amidst an increasingly tense political climate. Yet his previous affiliations with leftist groups led to suspicion and scrutiny. The United States, gripped by the fear of communism, was quick to question Oppenheimer's loyalty. His security clearance was revoked in 1954, a move that marked a significant fall from grace for the esteemed scientist. His nuanced views often clashed with the prevailing political atmosphere. This clash underscores the complexities of Oppenheimer's life, a life marked by scientific brilliance, political struggle, and a complicated relationship with communism. Oppenheimer's life is a vivid tapestry of brilliance, responsibility, and complexity. His contributions to the realm of theoretical physics and the development of the atomic bomb forever altered the course of history. His story, however, is not just about scientific discovery. It's also a tale of personal struggle, political intrigue, and a quest for understanding. The legacy of J. Robert Oppenheimer is indeed multifaceted, reflecting both the triumphs and the trials of his era. His story serves as a stark reminder of the turbulent times in which he lived,